Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough! So, it's time for us to finish off Beast's Castle once and for all. And that means going after Xaldin. Now, as I believe I did make mention of earlier on in the playthrough, I did die against Xaldin, and I did need Mickey to try and save me. Unfortunately, you will not be seeing that in this particular part. However, I will show it you in like the extras, because I want a nice fluid run of the game, and let's just say that that run of Xaldin was very, 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 very messy. I was very, very, very unhappy with it. So it had to go. Also, Xaldin is easily one of the most difficult fights in the entire game. And I mean that very, very, very seriously. He is no pushover in the slightest. It's basically, he's very powerful, he's very quick, and there are a number of occasions where you just can't physically hit him, so it just ends up being really frustrating. Also, I have a very strong detestation of these kind of, can't quite remember what they're called. It's like nocturnes or rhapsodies or something along those lines. Crimson Jazz. That's it. Or at least something highly similar to the Crimson Jazz. They're just evil, because they're really big, they take a lot of hits, and really, ugh, they're just a pain. It was awesome, just, you see how much damage they deal, it's just like, I'm busy trying to kill all these other Heartless, why are you kind of getting in my way and exploding everywhere? It's not nice. I should be the only person to be allowed to cause explosions. Now, I'm not going to use Rumbling Rose that much, largely because, I mean, it's a very, very, very small Keyblade. And, trust me, small Keyblades are not helpful at all. I mean, this thing is pretty powerful, but it is just, it's not worth it. The reach is just, it means you need to be so close to your opponents to be able to actually damage them that it's just go for the bigger Keyblades. In Kingdom Hearts, bigger really is better. Also, I mean, Oathkeeper in general is a very, very, very useful Keyblade because it increases your the time that you're able to stay in forms, which is brilliant. Because obviously, if you stay in, like, the longer you stay in a form, the more time you've got to make use of your epically overpowered abilities, which is just ideal, really. Also, be prepared for a lot, and I mean a lot, of fighting in the run-up to taking down Xaldin. Basically, I wanted to, you know, ensure that I was of a reasonable level so that it wasn't too horrifically difficult. Can't say that I 100% succeeded in that, but we'll make it through, don't worry. Also, I have to get Goofy out because, I mean, one, Valor form is the superior form, and also the Goofy Cosmo Boost limit, just, it's a godsend. Especially for Zaldin. Like, my god. If I recall correctly, I may actually end up killing Zaldin with Goofy. And I believe that quite a lot of people actually do end up doing that, actually. Because it's not an easy fight, and you've got to make use of all of your kind of weapons available. So the invincibility frames you get from the limits are just wonderful. So we made it to the entrance hall. Where's Zaldin? Where's Belle? Well, we're about to find out, really.
Came after all. You had me worried. I was afraid you'd given up for good.
What do you guys really want?
Kingdom Hearts. When Kingdom Hearts is ours, we can exist fully and completely. So you see, Beast, that's why we need your Heartless and your Nobody.
And now we get to face down the Dragoons! Unless, I think we have already faced them down a bit. We get to face them here again. They're really, really, really cool enemies. I love the design. And also, they are going to teach us, well, not exactly teach, but prepare us for a certain reaction command, which is literally a godsend for Zaldin as well. The Learn command. Basically, when they kind of appear above you and about to lance down, you can do Learn, and that prevents them from attacking you, and then you can use that spear to then slam down on them, and it's really powerful. It's great. Also, kind of, because we're fighting nobodies, we are less likely to turn into active form, I believe. Unfortunately, if you decide to do it during a boss fight with a nobody, then you're in a bit more trouble. And you are actually far, far, far more likely to go into anti-form, but I think against normal nobodies, not so much. Now, at this point, I was like, oh god, going to face Zaldin, not looking forward to this in the slightest. Let's buy kind of as many potions and ethers and get as many elixirs as possible, because my god, am I going to need them. Also, at this point, we are potentially, if you've got the items required, which, let's face it, you're not going to have at this point, we can build Save the Queen, which is Donald's best weapon. Well, technically Donald's best weapon is Save the Queen Plus. But I believe in order to get that, you actually do need to make Save the Queen, so that's what happens. Also, we've got all the treasures in Beast's Castle, so we don't have to worry about that jazz. And it's time for us to move onwards and head towards the fight that I really, really don't want to be doing, because it's difficult. I mean, it is like a really, really cool fight, but it's really hard. I'm still in awe of I think it's Axel Ryman who actually did it blindfolded, and I think it may or may not have been on Proud as well, which is just mind-boggling. That's what happens when you speedrun games. You're able to do these magnificently, insanely wonderful kind of moments of gameplay that just the game at its finest. And then you get kind of random folk like me who are just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Ugh.
Is that? Look! It's the rose!
Bell!
Hurry!
You! Get out of my castle now! With pleasure. But I'd rather travel light. What shall I leave behind? Bell or the rose? Bell!
Good one, Belle.
And so, here we go. It's time to fight down Zaldin. After Bell rather awesomely just kind of, whacked him in the chest and just trolled him, really. You may think after that he's going to be a walk in the park, but as you have no doubt been listening for the past, 12 bloody minutes, Zaldin's hard. Because he's very fast, he's very powerful. And you have to make use of the learn jump command, because that is going to be one of your most effective ways of kind of damaging him, really. And sort of, there are moments where he just becomes kind of invincible to attacks, and it's just like, this is not fair. And then there's going to come a moment, reasonably soon-ish, I think, where he gets onto his massive lance dragon. And let's just say he's a pain. Now, in a quick kind of little peeky around things, found out that, so, Zaldin uses lances, which is pretty awesome, and he's called the Whirlwind Lancer. But the name of his weapon is actually the Lindworm, which well, basically, kind of in 358 over 2 days, obviously you could play as the organisation members, and they all had their own versions of their weapons. So, Zaldin's weapon, as it is here, is what the Lindworm is in 358 over 2 days. And I mean, it's a great design, but the Lindworm is basically a wingless bipedal dragon. And the Japanese name basically means Flash of the Dragon's Fang, which refers to the heavy association with dragon speed and the aggressiveness. And as you can see, Zaldin is stupidly ultra aggressive. Like, far more so than you could ever expect anybody to be, and it's really frustrating. Thankfully, because I went into the Goofy limit, Zaldin is now going to suffer horribly. And unfortunately I didn't get to go into a form, but oh well, the fight is over, and I'm very glad that it's over, because I had such trouble doing it the first time when I played it. I had such trouble trying to do it now. It's just a hard boss fight. But either way, Beast's Castle is complete. Oh yeah!
Here, it's yours again.
Belle?
I know. You want me to leave the castle.
What matters is, you weren't hurt by Zaldin. You're safe. And, I'm very grateful to you for bringing the rose back to me. Thank you.
It's the least I could do. You've been good to me, and you didn't have to be.
Listen, Belle.
Yes?
Oh.
Say it.
Go on.
Come on. You can do it.
We have confidence.
Don't be bashful now.
Belle, I'd like you to stay with me, please.
I will.
Maestro, music.
Hey, did you see the look on Belle's face when she grabbed that rose?
Huh?
Yup, she sure was having fun, all right.
She is rather unique, isn't she?
Always ready for a little adventure.
Two of them do seem made for each other.
Yeah, they sure do.